Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from CALIX Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to CALIX Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calixsolutions.io now or call 7028458276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bitcoin Ben Show. I am the Crypto Sherpa here to just jump on in for Ben and Jay. Usually on Thursdays here at the club, we have Bitcoin Thursdays with Dr. J. He gives us a nice story, insights in the space, what we got going on in the programming. But he's in the air right now, heading to Guadalajara to check out some mining rigs for our mining program out there. So definitely stay tuned for more updates on that. But today I'm going to be covering the show, and I have my guest Nathan Kirby here. He was actually one of our first guests here at the Crypto Club. Definitely top 20. I did go through the list, Nathan.
I want to be one.
Oh, that was Ben. Ben was the first one. So yeah, I got Nathan here with us. We're going to talk about his journey and what led him to the club in general. We've heard a story before, his son was in it too, but we want to know, why did it take so long for you to get into crypto? So Nathan.
Wow, Sherpa. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on the call, on the show today. Yeah, I tell people you end up where you're supposed to end up when you're supposed to be there. And a lot of you folks know that my son started mining Bitcoin in 2011. He showed me what he was doing, and obviously I saw the results he had. But I tell people, when somebody says it's not about the money, well, it is about the money. But for me, I saw the money he was making, but I was at the stage of my life where it's okay, I'm not filthy rich, but this is not something I want to have to learn, this whole thing called crypto. So again, things bring you to where you're supposed to be. And really what brought me into the club was, if I go back years before this, I joined 2.5 years ago, was having a cancer diagnosis in 2017. The outcome was not supposed to be good, and obviously I survived all that. And I tell people all the time, I remember 2020 when I was burying my brother and my mother. I was standing over the grave, and I was like, wait a minute. I was looking over this graveyard, a little white picket fence church in North Carolina. Some of the tombstones, there was grass growing up. So I was like, man, I don't want this to be my legacy. And I was thinking about legacy. What does that really mean to me? How am I going to be remembered? And I remember talking to my son. Obviously, he was at the funeral for his grandmother and his uncle. And I said, son, I'm really want to take a deep dive in the legacy for me. What is it going to look like? And he said, Dad, I've told you, Bitcoin and the blockchain. So I came back, and this is in 2020. I started studying a little bit about Bitcoin and the blockchain. And I came to the realization, and this is what I speak on a lot, is Bitcoin is the ultimate legacy provider out there for all of us. And I came to realize, Sherpa, I said, you know what? That tombstone that we paid $3,005 for in 2020, and now it's not grown up, but I looked at that and I said, if I'd have taken $3,005 and dropped it into Bitcoin in 2020, in my mom's name or my brother's name, that thing would have grown to
at least 5x.
Right. Well, it was actually more than that. It was
Yeah, a
actually
little more than
a
that.
lot more than that. But it was,
2020 was like 11,000,
yeah, so
20,000.
it was, guys. It would have been, it would have been $100,000 that could have been in my mom and brother's honor.
Mhm.
And then I started looking at the blockchain, and I was like, okay, this thing called the blockchain is immutable. What does that really mean? Well, it means what we load up there will be there forever. And I started looking at Bitcoin and the blockchain as a way that I could continue my legacy. I could drop, doesn't have to be a whole Bitcoin, but I could have dropped a whole Bitcoin in honor of my mother and dad and all that family. And because of the blockchain, every year we could write a smart contract for it. And every year, I was like, wait a minute, every year we could give to a foundation, and that's going to live for God knows how long out there. So I'm driving back in March of 2000, I guess it was 23, on this road called Bee Ridge Road. And I'm on the phone with my oldest son, the one that was involved in crypto. And I was like, we're talking about crypto and everything. And I saw this sign up here on the major road. It said Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club. And I said, son, I just passed something called Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. He says, you're kidding me. I said, no. He says, go back and take a picture. So I did. He said, Dad, I know of Ben. In that world, they know of each other in some form of. And so I pulled in here that day, and you were here.
Yep, that's probably the only one.
You were on here, and I introduced myself. I said, well, what do y'all do here? I said, what do you sell? He says, well, we just education. I said, well, what's the model? He says, well, you pay us a monthly membership fee, and you get to come in and use the facility. You get to come in and network with people. And when you told me what it cost, I was like, well, it's a no-brainer. Let me sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, initially I started to come in the club maybe once a week.
Yep.
And then the once a week came into almost every day. And I spend more time here at the club. I began to spend more time here at the club than in my real estate office.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I wanted to learn about this thing called crypto. So my reason for entering crypto was because I wanted to look at legacy. And I believe without a doubt now, 2.5 years into this thing, that one of the greatest ways to create legacy for yourself and your family or a foundation is to get involved in Bitcoin. No financial advice. I don't know that the sun's going to come up tomorrow, but here's what I can tell you. If it does, based on historical data, Bitcoin has had an annual return of 50% or more for last inception. So based on that, I saw it as a way we could lock it up. And I almost saw it as a way initially, and I do now, as a way I could manage my family from the grave, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So that was my lead into this. So I just encourage everybody, if you're involved in the club and you no longer are, come back and take a look at the club again. We'll talk about some of the benefits that have come aboard with us in the last 4 or 5 months. Whether you live near a club or not, guys, join the club, because we're going to have a club coming soon to near you, no matter where you live. And even if we don't, you can tap into like-minded people. The other thing is, I would say to people, if you live near a club, join and come in and volunteer. Yes. This is why I learned. I'm a volunteer for this club. That's how I started, a volunteer. But I learned so much as I was here. And that's what I got out of the club. And I'm so thankful to you that you were patient with me. You're very patient with me.
With everybody.
With everybody, yes, you are. But you were very patient with me at 63 years old. And you never looked at me like I was dumb because I didn't understand how to open a wallet. Much less, I didn't know how to do a whole lot on the internet. So now I can open a wallet. I can transfer money. I can move money around. I got multiple wallets now, and I understand the process more than I ever did. I always got more to learn. I'm always asking you questions. So these clubs is where you're going to learn more and more about it. And I just tell people all the time, guys, for God's sakes, take a look at Bitcoin. Get your family involved. Take a percentage of your net worth, whatever that is, and put it in this thing called Bitcoin.
Yeah, because Bitcoin is actually a necessity, is what Donald Trump Jr. said a couple of days ago on CNBC, just because they got to actually experience and live what the regular Joe, everyday man and woman out there, they got to experience what like debanking actually does. Before politics and everything, before Trump was in office, like they can do all their deals and everything, pick up a phone call, get a loan, do all that stuff. But the moment they got into politics, that nobody's answering the phone anymore. They got debanked. And he literally said on CNBC, it's like, we realized at that moment that crypto was a necessity for everyone and us, that they got to get in on it, because it's so easy to just be debanked out there. Sure, we got regulations and rules changing right now. It's getting a little bit more friendly, but that can still loom over us if we still live in that system. So he gets it. They agree that it is a necessity, that everybody needs it. And then it's just like we are going to be experiencing the greatest shift of power ever with Bitcoin and everything right now, because people just cannot seem to grasp the idea of just how valuable just a couple Satoshis is going to actually be. Because when the supply is dried up, that's all you're going to be dealing with. It's like, oh, you can pull 100 Satoshis out of your bank, 2,000 Satoshis. That's not a lot of money right now. So that's why we're going to experience a huge shift. Robert Kiyosaki from the Rich Dad Poor series was like talking about years ago when I was first studying. And I was like, so how is this actually going to look in it now that we're living through it? Actually see it coming a lot closer and faster. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite amazing. My journey into this thing called Bitcoin and crypto is the fact of, you know, when I talk to people, even people that I've known for years. I mean, I've been in business over 40 years, and the people I know, they still don't get it. It's just like, wait a minute, guys, wake up. Now, it took me a while to wake up, but I'm saying wake up to what's going on in this world right now. I mean, I think about how quickly we can move money now. The ridiculousness of what we've become accustomed to, almost like we've been led to sheep to the slaughter when it comes to these bank and the industry and credit cards and everything we deal with. And and when you tell people, hey, Bitcoin goes up 50% a year, the mind can't even comprehend that, because it's so unfathomable that type of return. But you know, you can't argue with the last 10 years, 12 years, whatever it's been. Mm-mm. Now, can we guarantee Bitcoin's going to go up 50% next year? I don't know. All I can say is historical data shows us it's going to go up. Whatever it goes up, it will go up. And it will be so far ahead of S&P 500 and anything else you dreamed of out there. I mean, I remember when I moved my retirement fund over to a company that exclusively allows you to trade into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. My Charles Schwab person called me. He's like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm moving in. Oh, it's a scam. I'm like, really? And then JP Morgan, oh, that's a scam, really? Well, how little did I know at the time that Jamie Morgan, when he made the statement that Bitcoin was for, I think he said Bitcoin was for murderers, drug dealers, and people that lived in North Korea. But quietly, they were already buying Bitcoin years ago, but they were telling us not to buy it. So you look back on that, and it makes you realize, wait a minute, we were lied to. Okay, now we figured out we were lied to. What are you going to do with it? And that's why I ask you, what are you going to do with it, this information? We all can't be wrong, folks. I mean, now that we've got a president in office that is totally Bitcoin friendly, crypto friendly, and when you look at the rest of the world, you look at El Salvador and these rest of these countries, they're literally way ahead of us in terms of their global adoption, I'll call it. We got a long ways to go to catch up.
Yes, we really do. But it's coming fast, honestly. It's coming so fast because, again, I shot up my timeline of like how this is going to play out. I thought it was going to start in the 2030s. But now it's all happening in 2025. So like everything is changing so fast. It's like the race is on.
You look at what we're at, Steak and Shake. Mm-hmm. You can go into Steak and Shake now, guys, and you can pay with Bitcoin.
And I believe we're going to see a lot more restaurants and companies start offering that as well now, because everybody's jumping on board.
Well, they have to, Sherpa. They have.
It's because they can't get it anywhere anymore.
They can't get it anywhere, but they have to do it because now this is becoming mainstream. People are like, wait a minute, I can go to Wendy's and get a burger. Or I can go to Steak and Shake, but I can use crypto.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's like changing so fast, and it's finally like it's a good thing too for crypto, because now we're just not going to be just hodling our Bitcoin. We're actually going to be using it as a currency, which it's what it was intended for.
Right.
So that's what we need to get to, and then to live that lifestyle, like we talked about before. It's like, how do you live that Bitcoin lifestyle? Well, you spend it, and then you just rebuy it the moment you just spent it. So that way, you're never having to sell, go back into the fiat system, and then buy some more. Just spend it. Buy more Bitcoin, you're just doing the on-ramp. You never have to do the off-ramp anymore.
Yeah, the crazy thing, when we were out there at the convention, I was out there for you guys, was all the companies now that have adopted Bitcoin. And there's a company right now that if you just download their app you will get paid in Satoshis just to walk. It's nuts. These people are getting into this. It's nuts what's out there. And if the companies are getting into it, I said the other day, I mean, I'm out there, Mobile Oil Company had a booth out there. Mobile Oil Company? The heck are they doing getting in this? They know something. They know something.
I found this article a couple days ago on all the treasuries holding this. I wanted to actually share that if people didn't see my show yesterday. But like I found this from Bitcoin Magazine. I was like, whoa. Like look at all these companies that are at least like holding on to Bitcoin. Let's see if we can get this a little bit bigger so that way everyone can see. So take a look at this. So let's zoom in. I can't zoom in. But look at that. So top holding out there, we have MicroStrategy holding, let's see, where is their Bitcoin hold? 580,250 Bitcoin. Next up, we got Mara holding 49,200 Bitcoin. These companies, like they're all in the thousands. This is just one less Bitcoin every other millionaire and billionaire out there can get. So this is just how scarce they're going. These are publicly listed companies out there all over the world. Even GameStop's on there with $4,710. We had like a couple of Norwegian public companies come out the other day holding it too. But there's like millions. So like Bitcoin and treasuries, there's 3.39 million there. Entities holding it, at least 223 in public, private, governments. It's just crazy. Just people just don't understand like how scarce this is actually going to get. And these guys keep buying it every single like day. I cover the news. People are buying just more and more Bitcoin, and they're just going to be holding on to it. Like they may hold it for like 5 years, 10 years, 20. It's going to be their plan, like how America plans to do it. We're going to buy Bitcoin and hold it for 20 years. When that time's done, we can probably take off all or at least half of the national debt. Mm-hmm. So with all those companies that were just shown there, and they keep announcing, and more are onboarding. That's why I keep saying this. We're seeing it happen in real life, and just how scarce this is really going to get. That's why I say it's like, just hold on to a couple Satoshis, because you're going to be really well off once this dries up. Like the power is going to switch. You'll be wanting to borrow against it. People will be paying premiums just to try to get your Bitcoin.
You know, you said something a while ago about the word you said that, you know, the way we're going. And what I see right now is, and people that are my age, I'm 60, almost 64. I've got 21, 22, 23-year-old kids in college too. And I said the other day, you know, I've watched these kids go through college, and they're like, I could not tell them 2 years ago that they had the opportunity we had. I mean, just, it's not there. Just didn't have, but I'm telling you, this thing called Bitcoin, if you understand national debt, what we're going through, what you just said was, even to think we're going to be able to retire half our national debt here in a few years off this thing called Bitcoin. My God, guys, it's incredible. I mean, I get a little chills thinking about what we might be able to do with this thing and turn this country around with this thing called Bitcoin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like we just never had this opportunity before. Just the debt kept going. We kept printing more money. We're just, since 2009, just like that little Band-Aid that just got put on. We've been waiting for like all this to happen, go down. Just the value of the dollar continuously to decrease. Like since that time, like just like I was in college, so I'm looking at fast food restaurants out there. You can get a nice meal still for like $5, $6. Now today it's $10, $12. Like it just shows you the value of the dollar going down. So it's just like this opportunity to just Bitcoin being here, this everyone finally understanding and getting it, the narrative changing. We're no longer stifling. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like we don't always get the opportunity to jump on.
I think my mantra is going to be Bitcoin is hope. Mm-hmm. And if you'll just take run with that, hope for what? Just take a peek into this thing called Bitcoin, and it will give you hope for finances, hope for the world. This whole crypto, the whole blockchain, all that. If you understood what little bit I understand about the blockchain and the ability that it gives us to look under the hood of everything going on out here right now. It can't be, that word immutable, people do not understand. I mean, there's been so much we've been hidden from us over the course of history. Can't hide it anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's really what's concerning the leaders of the world.
Everything's transparent now. You can't hide in the shadows, right. Do murky deals at all. It's all going to be transparent for everybody to see.
So no longer can we write a law in pencil and erase it during the middle of the night and rewrite it. I mean, when it's there, guys, it's there.
And this was a big topic like in the beginning days, because it's all about who's going to be first to write in that data, because once it's there and the information, it's immutable. It's there. So I remember there was some times out there, I think this is during like the 2019. When did Hillary run up against Trump? What year was that? But no, it was like I was like understanding the blockchain. It was like just the race of like who's going to be putting in this data for future generations to see down there. And so luckily we didn't go that route, but no, it's just like whatever data we put on there, it's going to be there forever because Bitcoin's not going away.
So that's what I want. You're gonna find Bitcoin one way or the other. Money may motivate you to find it and stay involved in it. Legacy may be a reason you do it. But guys, Bitcoin has something for everybody. But the biggest thing is I see right now for the United States and the world is, and humanity as a whole, is Bitcoin is hope. It really is.
It is for a brighter tomorrow, better life for your future kids, future generations. Because right now, this generation, there is no hope out there. They're just living day-to-day life, paycheck to paycheck, just not investing in, not doing it because they don't see any hope anymore. Right. They know they can't own a house. They know they can't save enough money to live happy or comfortably. They're just going with emotions right now. So there's no motivation or hope there, but Bitcoin can help change that.
Amen. I love it.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and talk about some of these awesome programs we got here at the club. So I'll be right back, guys.
Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled BITCOIN, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
Yes, Jay, our members will thank themselves for joining the club. But no, we have some awesome perks here. I think the biggest one that people just don't really grasp that we offer is the no KYC bulk Bitcoin purchases. Because every day I'm here at the club and like all the phone calls I get, people always ask for that. They're looking for ways to do it. Sure, they want it instantaneous right now, but the way we do it with our program is it's a bulk buy. We buy it on Tuesday. Whoever was a part of that will most likely get their Bitcoin by Friday. So about 2 days, rush off if you start on Monday and everything. But like people want the no KYC. They don't want the government knowing they're buying this Bitcoin or this crypto. They don't want it to show their ID, give them somebody their social security card. So having that program here, I think, is very beneficial. Sure, some of those people want smaller amounts of Bitcoin, but our minimum purchase is 5,000. But again, like this, the benefit of having some privatized Bitcoin that nobody knows you have is just pristine. It's amazing.
Absolutely, Sherpa. And again, guys, we're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice, these programs. We're just a conduit of what we see out there. What we see out there and gives you an opportunity. I mean, that loans for non-KYC Bitcoin, great program if you want to do it. I'm not advocating you do any of this. I'm just saying it's out there. It's a conduit. The home to hodl. I will tell you, home to hodl experience back in 2000 through 2007 or 8, 2006 it was. We amassed a lot of rental property in North Carolina. In fact, we had millions of dollars worth of equity. Well, 2006, 2007, I watched the banks suck the equity down to zero. And I look back on that, I was like, oh my God. So right now, equity in homes in this country is all-time high. If I had to do it over again, I would look at potentially removing the equity out of the banks right now into my pocket. Jay calls it arbitraging, but let me just explain to you so people like me can understand. Very simply this: if you can borrow money at 7, 8, 9%, and if you can lock it up in something called Bitcoin that will return 30%, 20%, you're making 50, 100, 200 times or 200% on your money. Not financial advice, but it just makes financial sense. Then you say the bulk Bitcoin Ben purchases or bulk Bitcoin purchases. We see it every day when I'm in the club. People coming in wanting to buy Bitcoin. I mean, I think about when I was a kid on the farm. We dealt a lot in cash. Every sock drawer that our uncles and my mother was second youngest of 13 kids, so we had a massive farm. But I remember every one of my aunts and uncles, my granddad, they all had these sock drawers. I mean, guys, it was loaded with cash. And I think about what they could have done with Bitcoin if it had been available. Could have dropped it in there, not worried about the government getting their hands on it. The other program is this Bitcoin mining. Obviously, it's a lot of money. Jay's headed right now to Guadalajara to look at another mine. That's an unbelievable opportunity. I know Bitcoin is going up 50% a year, but if you look at the return on miners right now, currently it's about 100% return based on Bitcoin prices. Again, not financial advice, but you need to look at that and the Beef to Bitcoin initiative, which you can find about all these programs. And again, guys, we are not advocating for you to get involved in anything that we're involved in. We're just saying take a look at it. We are a conduit for programs out there, and we're going to be bringing you more. There's so much on the horizon right now for what we're going to offer members. Key thing is we're a private member association. In order to have access to these benefits under this private member association, you have to be a member. And I don't care if you live in Sweden. We have somebody join from Sweden. We don't have an office. We don't have a club in Sweden. But they understood the benefit of being a member as we move forward with what we're doing right now.
Yes, because now we're finally offering just programs and services to those members that just aren't near a club right now. Because at first, we had online education, everything that was enough. But now with these programs, we have so much to offer and still more coming down the pipeline.
I met a guy out in the convention, and I'll make sure I don't use anything that would identify him. But he just walks up and says, "Hey, I see y'all got a no KYC Bitcoin program." We do. He's in another country, a Latin country, let's put it that way, Latin American country. He said, "So you're telling me I could buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin if I'm a member and do it no KYC, and I can bring it back across the border with me, or you can send it to my wallet?" I said, "Absolutely, we can do that." So the world's looking at this, guys. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money tied up in people's sock drawers right now.
There is. I mean, they come in with those big numbers. It's like,
oh, Lord.
I feel like, in my honest opinion, it's like, well, we can do that for you in at least a 2-week spread. Like, we can't do it all at once. There's no way we can require that much because everybody wants it. But we can split that amount. When they're going like, I want $1 million, I want $6 million.
So
it's like
that phone call comes in and says, "Hey, can y'all take $1 million cash?" We probably could, but we're not going to do that. Guys. We're not going to bring you. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that transaction.
Yeah, no. That's another fun trip to the bank. Yes, like, put this through, make it go through. Yes. It's like, no. But yeah, and then let's see what else. So those programs we got going, the mining, the beef initiative too, like having actually just healthy American bred organic beef, and like, yeah, what is it, like $5,000? It's all tokenized.
Yeah. I'm actually on a carnivore diet right now, and I think about, okay, I spend about, believe it or not, guys, you can eat steak. You can eat real good quality steak, dense protein, dense nutrition for about $10, $12 a day. And because it's so dense, I don't eat but one time a day. So think about what I'd do if I went to Wendy's or whatever. I'm going to spend, or Chick-fil-A. I took one of my kids to Chick-fil-A the other day, and I didn't eat, but he ate. It was $16 just for him to eat. I'm like, what? So no, that beef initiative is a wonderful initiative. If you eat beef, I think for $5,000 a year, you get 125 pounds per quarter.
And doesn't that come with like a fridge too?
Comes with a refrigerator or freezer shipped to your house, and then you're gonna save some money, but you're gonna eat some of the purest beef out there. So that's a program. If you eat beef, you really need to take a look at.
Yeah, and I like the storage thing too, because it helps prep you for like whatever worldly situation comes along, like any disaster like we saw in 2020. It's not really a real disaster, but but if anything comes around, at least you're prepared for it, because there was always a line out there that's like, it's better to be prepared than have to get ready.
Absolutely.
So at least you have a full year of beef supply ready in your freezer, ready to go to just keep surviving off of. So that way you're not rushing the lines at the grocery store. I need to get this, I need to get that, trying to fight off anybody else there. So it helps prepare you too for just any future event, but at least then as well, you're eating healthy and organic.
Fantastic. That kind of wraps up our programs in terms of the benefit member programs right now, I think, today.
I think so. Yeah, and just want to make it clear, guys, like, come to the club, get involved, volunteer, just be a part of the community. Bring people in to watch a show. If you're not near a club location, go to a local Bitcoin crypto meetup. Have one yourself, and like, if you want someone to speak, you can reach out to me. Even Todd and Janet said they're willing to.
I'm willing to speak.
Even Nathan, give us a call. We'll set something up. We'll do a Zoom call from here to inform your local community about Bitcoin and how they can. Also
I'm working on a talk right now called Bitcoin Business and Bacon.
Bitcoin investment and bacon. Nice.
Bitcoin business and bacon. The bacon is the money, guys, because it does come down to the money.
But yeah, I think that's a good wrap up. We still have a long, busy day ahead still again today. I was here till like 3 a.m. last night.
I know you were, brother. And the club looks fantastic, guys. If you're a member of the Sarasota Club or you just visiting, come in. There's a workspace for you now. Sherpa put 4 new workspaces in here. It's a wonderful job. I appreciate it. When I walked in this one, I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it was a big change. Like Zoltan was like going, get out of here, Sherpa. Like, come back with a fresh mind. I was like, oh, I got to change this really fast. I need to get it presentable because we have such a busy day tomorrow. But I'll be improve this club, just make it as best as it can for all of our members. Just have a place to go. They can enjoy it. They love being here. They want to bring people over to come.
Yep.
So yeah, and guys, again, if you're in Sarasota, every Friday night we have our poker tournament, which is fun. We do have like a Bitcoin tournament, actually, or a contest going on with those winners. So that way, like our average Joe people, we want to help them shoot for at least 0.1 Bitcoin. That's like around like $10,000 right now. But like most people out there don't have that on their savings account. So we want our average Joe members to be able to have a savings account, at least in Bitcoin. So the contest goes where it's like, if you win the tournament, like first or second place can put either half or all of it into Bitcoin, and then I believe we'll match 10% to the $100.
I think our strategy needs to be, we're going to show you how to open a wallet. We're going to show you how to make a deposit, but we're going to do you a favor. We're not going to show you how to pull it off. How about that?
Yep, exactly. You got to hold on to that Bitcoin to get that percentage, because it's a contest. Who's going to get there first? Or I think there's an end date to that. Again, it's like, and again, you can't just load up with your own Bitcoin. You got to win it in the tournament. So it's a fun contest going on. So we got that. We have our daily and weekly shows going. The Ben Show at 10 a.m. every morning. I like to do my show at 12 if I can. If it doesn't get too busy, I may like stumble in 15 minutes later. Yesterday was, I think, 5 hours later. But I do my show. Wednesdays, we have Clara Bowes with her show Women's Voices, our CEO Jay's wife. Lovely singer, amazing singer, musician. And she brings on some great topics of like what women want to hear out there.
Absolutely.
And yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, was great. It was the dark side of Disney.
Really heavy, guys. Wow. Really.
So we have lots of shows, lots of programs coming as more clubs open up. If I get to go visit them, we want to shoot for every club member to have their own show as well, just to bring more value and education and just content to our members out there. So we have our Nashville club. They have their own show, God, Freedom, and Bitcoin. Love you, Todd and Janet, for your show. You guys do great work. Looking forward to the next one.
And shout out for our brand new podcast room, which we're in right now. Thanks to Zoltan. Hey guys, as you remember, you get to come in and have a state-of-the-art podcast room, have a state-of-the-art engineer and programmer called Zoltan, which takes care of us right now. So lots of great things happening.
Maybe we have a podcast room. We're going to be soon having a pretty kick-ass commercial coming out thanks to Zoltan. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, no, this podcast room is great, guys. So if you want to start a show too, like in all of our, I think most of our clubs at least have a podcast room, most in Nashville, definitely. But you don't have to just start from scratch anymore. You just got to be a member, and we got the gear and equipment for you. So you don't have to worry about getting some cheapo webcam that would be bad quality. We have a nice high quality camera for you, high quality mics, best ones.
Yeah, lighting. But think about this. Zoltan can make even us look good.
Exactly.
Right? So that's wonderful. Thank you, Zoltan.
Yeah. You can have a live stream, or if you want it even professional and done, and Zoltan to touch you up, maybe slim down a couple of pounds. Well, we can help you out with some peptides too if you want to do that. But yeah, Zoltan can do a pretty touch-up job out there. But yeah, so we have lots of stuff coming here, guys. Just get to your local club if you want it. And again, if you want one of us to do a Zoom meeting for like a local meetup of yours, just let us know. Give the club a call, and we'll be glad to set something up for you. So Nathan, thank you so much for doing the show with me this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
We'll be back tomorrow because, again, Ben's out of town, Jay's in Guadalajara, so I'll be covering the show again tomorrow. But we'll be back, I think, later today for all you club members and Founders Group members. We got a class at 1:30. I got to do a quick little touch-up on crypto gaming, so I got to get that ready for you guys. So, guys, everyone have a great day. Stack those sats. Join the club. Get involved. Be a part of this amazing community.
Guys, bless y'all for being members, and thanks for everything y'all do for us.
And we will see you again tomorrow. Take care.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.